Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So we are going to start what is React.js and what are the features we have in this React.js. That concept we are going to discuss now. Now, first of all, React. Yeah. What is React.js? Actually, React.js is web technology. We can call it as client-side scripting language. We can also call it as a library of JavaScript. Okay, like that. In different ways, we can call this React. So here it is library of JavaScript provides many features to work with client side functionalities in web applications. Yes, to work with the client side functionalities in web applications. First of all, what is client side functionalities and what is server side functionalities? Those things we need to discuss. Anyhow, this React.js is the library of JavaScript. Provides many features to work with the JavaScript. Okay. So mainly we are using to work with dynamic websites. So first of all, if you take any website, every website contains two phases. First one is designing phase. What is that? First one, design phase. Second one, coding phase. Like this, every website contains two phases. Actually, designers will work with the designing phase. Okay. Not UI developers. Okay. So what they will do in this? Yeah. So creates user interfaces. What is user interface? Nothing but the front page. If you open any website, for example, here, so just I'm going to open fb.com. Okay. Yes. Now you can see here it displays that Facebook user interface. Okay. Now, just if you observe this, it contains some controls like, this is email ID text box and this is password text box, login button, like that. We have these controls. So this is user interface. So designers working with these user interfaces and they're using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, these technologies to work with the user interfaces. So HTML provides these controls like text box, button, okay, and hyperlinks like that. These are all the controls we can display by using HTML. Okay. And what about CSS? Yeah, so this button background color is blue and this is green and sizes, different sizes we have. So all these styling we can apply by using CSS. And Bootstrap for what? Responsive. Responsive means compatibility of web page with any device like mobile, tab, etc. In that point of view, we are using Bootstrap. So if I open this application in the mobile phone, okay, it adjusts according to the mobile like that. Here, go to the inspect. Here also you can see that view. This is a mobile view. In mobile view, tab view displays like this. Okay. So if you come down to this, okay, like that, it is adjusting according to the screen size. For that, so in companies, designers are using Bootstrap. Okay. Yeah, Bootstrap or Media Chorus, anything. Okay, leave that. So now the next thing is coding. This is the main thing. Okay. Yes, in website, coding we are using to implement the logics, business logics. Okay. Concept related logics. Everything we can implement by using coding. So we have two types of codings here. Okay. So just first one is client-side coding. Second one is server-side coding. Like that, here we have two types of scriptings. What is first one? Client-side script. And second one is server-side script. Okay. Yes. So client-side means the script which executes in browser, client system browser. Okay. So for example, if you observe, this is Facebook website I open. Now I am the user of this Facebook. Okay. Means I am the client of this Facebook. In my browser, that Facebook client side code executes. If I right click and go to that view page source, we can see some code is there. What is this code? It is nothing but okay. So client side code of Facebook. So this is implemented by Facebook developers. It is downloaded into my browser and executes with the help of browser. Okay. Like that, any website, if you take gmail.com, if you take here. Okay. Now this gmail.com, if you observe here, in this, so just right click on this and go to that okay, view page source. So here some code is there. So this code is not implemented by me. This code is implemented by other persons. Is it clear? So this is called as client-side code. So it is downloaded into my browser and executed in my browser. That is the concept. Okay. So here to work with the client-side coding. Yes. Okay. So first of all, executes in browser of client system. Yes. What are the technologies we are using to work with this? JavaScript. Next level technology JavaScript like React, Angular. All these technologies we are using. Yes, yeah. Next one, server-side scripts. So executes in server. Yes. So this code is not executing the browser. It is not downloading in the client system. It executes in server machine. Okay, that code executes where in server machine. For example, if you implement any logics by using PHP or ASP, Node.js, okay, JSP servlets, all these technologies comes under server-side scripts. Like that, in website development point of view, we have two types of scriptings, right? First one is client side and second one is server side script. Is it clear? Client side script executes where? In browser. And server side script executes in server. Okay. Now what is react.js? React.js, is it client side script or server side script? It is client side script. Means a web page, if you develop with both client side and server side code, so when some X accessing that website, the client side code downloads in X system and it executes there. That is the concept of this. But server side script is not downloading into X system. It runs in the server machine. Only the result is downloading into the X system. Yes. Like that, we have these two types of scriptings. First one is client side script and second one is server side script. Now, what is the role of client-side script in website development? Where we are using this client-side script? Yes. What the main purpose of this client-side script? So that concept we are going to discuss now. Yeah. There are so many regions to use the client-side script in website development. So nothing but in validations point of view, next to apply dynamic functionalities and HTML controls. Yes, like that, there are so many regions we have to work with the client-side scripts. Now, those concepts we will discuss one by one. Okay. So 1 second, I'm connected with charger. Okay. Now, so this common interview question, they will ask you in interviews, why we are using the client side scripts. Yeah. If you take here client side scripts, we can use the first point to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yes. What the first reason? Yes. To apply dynamic functionalities on the HTML controls. Yes. What is this concept? By default, HTML controls are static controls. Okay. You want to convert those controls as dynamic controls, then we are using this client side scripts. Yeah. So here, static means once the control loaded, we can't change the properties. We cannot change the properties. That is static. Dynamic means so after loaded control, we are able to change the properties. Okay. So static, dynamic, two things are there. So static means based on the development, what are the properties we are using? We have given with these properties, it is loading into the browser. Later, it will not change the properties. Dynamic means what is that? Yes, it changes the properties even we load the control in browser. That is a dynamic. So here, a simple program I'm going to show you. Now, see simple HTML file I'm creating. Save this file, desktop, demo.html. So one HTML control I want to display. Okay. So in my system, see, we have images like orange.jpg is one image. Okay. I want to display this image. Now here img source is equal to orange.jpg. Don't worry about this HTML controls. So actually as a UI developer, it is not that much main for you, but I will discuss so HTML controls for you. Okay. So I will discuss the what are the controls we are using regularly in our application. So those controls I will discuss with you. So anyhow, here one image control and the source is orange.jpg I have given and width is equal to 100 pixels I given. Like that, this is the HTML control I created. Okay, fine. Now what is file name demo.html? Let me open that demo.html here. Yeah, this is the file which I created. So simple right click and open with browser. This is HTML file. That's why I can open with browser. It displays that image, right? Yeah. Now this is HTML control loaded in browser with two properties. One is SRC. At the time of creating this control I given SRC is equal orange.jpg. Another one is width property we have given. Okay. So 100 pixels width it is displaying. Now once the control is loaded, I want to change the source in this browser. By default, it is not possible because HTML is static technology. In case if user click on the control, okay, if user click on the control, I want to change the source of this control. Yes, yeah. So it is not possible by default with HTML because HTML is static. If you convert it as dynamic, okay, then we can change. So further we are taking the support of scripting languages. Okay, now here on click is equal to something code I'm writing. Don't try to understand this code. See the result. Okay. So I have one more image. apple.jpg. I'm displaying that one. Now here, see this. Save and refresh. If I click on this, now it is changed to Apple. So these type of user interactive functionalities you want to implement, then we are taking the support of client-side scripts. That's the first point. Is it clear? Yes. Next, to validate input controls. Yeah. So this is very important validations point of view. Okay. To validate the input controls, we are using these client-side technologies. Like username is empty or not, password retype password matching or not. So these type of validations you want to perform. Okay. These type of validations you want to perform. Then also we are using these client-side technologies. Got it? Next one, to execute logics. Already I told you, so client-side scripts execute where? In browser or server. Yes, I told you in browser. Okay. Client-side scripts execute in browser. So here, if you want to implement any logic, so that logic you can implement either using client-side script or using server-side script. Okay. So that is option. Okay. Either we can use client-side script or server-side script. Now, thing is, what is the benefit if I use client-side script? Execution is fast because it executes in client system. Example, if you take banking applications, that banking applications, so EMI calculation option is there, right? So user will enter principal amount for loan. Okay, loan EMI, you want to know. So user wants to know that EMI for some principal amount. He will enter that principal amount and tenure. How many months you want that EMI? Like that, he will enter that tenure. So based on that, we are getting okay the result. Okay, so how much EMI he has to pay. So that logic we can implement by using either client-side technology or server-side technology. What the benefit if I use the client-side technology here? Because that execution is fast. That's why user immediately can see the result of this. So that is the main concept of this. In case if I implement the same logic using server-side technologies, so user has to send a request to the server. There it processes the request and response is coming back to the browser. For this entire request and response takes some time. So that's why most of the logics we are implementing with client-side technologies. Okay. Yes. Because the performance is very, very fast. And the next one, to work with Ajax. Yeah. So Ajax is very important. So to access the server-side API services, okay, to access server-side API services, we are using this Ajax. So in cricket live score websites like that. So if you take share marketing websites, so for regular intervals of seconds or milliseconds. So not milliseconds, seconds. It displays updated share information. Like that, in this point of view, we are taking the support of Ajax. So Ajax you want to use compulsory, we need to work with the client-side technologies. Those technologies can use anything. It may be okay, JavaScript or React or Angular, anything we can use. So that is the concept of this. Okay. Yes. So this is about client-side functionalities, what we can do with client-side script. So now you can ask me one question, sir, what about server-side scripts? Where we can use the server-side scripts? Yes. Server-side scripts, mostly we are using to connect with the database of application. Okay. Yes. If you take any website, That website database is available where? In server machine, not in client system. Right? Facebook. Is Facebook database available in your computer? No, it is available in server machine. Okay. Like that. So to establish a database connection with the application, we are using server-side scripts. Server-side programmers, they will work with the server-side scripts. And next thing is to create the cookies, sorry, not cookies, sessions, tokens, like that. In that point of view, server-side scripts we are using. Apart that, rest of the logics, everything we are implementing with the client-side technologies. So client-side scripts are very, very, very okay important for us. So in every website, around 60 to 70% coding is client-side coding. Okay, yes. 60 to 70% coding is client-side coding. Remember that. Okay. So that's why we have huge demand for this client-side technologies. Okay. Now I will show you one use case where we are in this client-side technologies. Before that, I will discuss, okay, who implemented this React.js. Okay, Mr. Jordan Walkie. So Jordan Walk implemented this React.js and released it in 2013. Okay, so belongs to the Facebook organization. The main reason behind this implementation is he wanted to work with the chart concept of Facebook. Yes, in Facebook, chart concept is there. To work with the chart concept, he implemented this React.js. In which year? 2013. Is it clear? Yes. Later, they released this technology as open source technology. Then outside programmers also started working with this React.js in their applications. Now, many websites like Instagram, Apple, Flipkart, okay, all these websites contain React.js as client-side script. Earlier, programmers used to work with JavaScript, but these days they're using React.js or Angular. This any one of these two technologies they're using. I will also discuss what are the differences between Angular and React. So this is the basic information first of all. Who implemented this React.js? Jordan Walkie, and it belongs to, okay, Facebook Corporation. Is this clear? This React belongs to which corporation? Facebook Corporation. So that is the concept of this, right? Yes. Now, this is the basic information. Now, we will discuss one use case where we are using this React.js. Okay, before that, so what is client-side script? What is server-side script? Like that, we discuss some points. So, any questions we have in these concepts? I hope you clear with these points. Have any doubts? Okay. Then we will discuss one use case. So, login concept if you take. Yeah. For example, in future, you have to work with this login concept in your project. So to work with the login concept, generally, what are the steps we are following? First, to design login page. After that, validate controls. So first we are designing login. After that, we are validating the controls. Right? Yes. So after that, yeah. So send username or email ID, whatever it may be, and password to server to check whether this username password, these credentials are valid or invalid. To check these, we are sending data to server. Next, connect with the database or server and validate, okay, credentials like username, password. So that's the next step. If valid, then redirect to, sorry, welcome page. Otherwise, invalid user page. Yes. If it is valid, we are redirecting to the welcome page. If it is invalid, then we need to show that invalid user page. Yes. So these are the steps what we have here. Okay. Yes. Now, for designing, for the technologies, HTML, CSS. Okay. Like these technologies we are using. Okay, fine. Now, next one is validation. Yes. In validation point of view, so client-side scripts. In earlier days, programmers used to work with JavaScript, but now React.js. Yes. Yeah. Next, send username password to server. So in this point of view, in old days, submit, we used to submit the browser. Okay. But these days we are using Ajax. So that is also client-side script. We can use React. Okay. Yes. After that, username password, once you send to the server side program is coming to the picture and he is receiving that username password and validating whether this username password valid or invalid. For that, he is working with server side technologies like yes, ASP, PHP, okay, like that, etc. Yes. Once validation with database, okay, so that authentication is completed. So that server-side programmer sends one value, either success or failure value. If it is success, we redirect to ways. That is also we are using with client-side script, okay, in React or Angular if you take, okay. So here we have one concept that is routing concept. Using this routing concept, we are navigating to the another place. Like this, these are the steps which we have here. Yes. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. So if you observe these steps, right? So in many locations, client side scripts, right? Yeah. So here in the second step, next in third step, as well as in the last step. Not only in this login page, okay. So if you take registration page or any other pages, okay. So 70% coding is client side code only. You got it? So that is the main concept of this. So I explained you with the login concept. One use case we have taken login. So in this login we discussed. So every page, every concept if you take, not only login, registration or logout, okay, anyone. So in that point of view, we are following all these steps only. So 70% coding is client side. Yeah. So any questions you want to ask in this area? Hmm? Any doubts? No doubts. Okay, fine. Now we need to discuss what are the features of React.js. Okay. Yes. What are the features of React.js? So JavaScript is there. Yes, JavaScript is providing many features. Okay. Then why should we go with React.js? What are the more benefits we have in this React.js? Okay. Yeah. So that concept we are going to discuss. Okay. Yeah. So you don't have any doubts? Okay. See, you can ask me doubts. Okay. At any time, you can break that my discussion and you can ask the doubt. Okay, no issue. Yes. So no, don't hesitate to ask the doubts in class, because if you ask doubt, there is chance to understand that same doubt by other persons. So that is the reason. Okay. So any doubt you can ask. I don't put any restrictions like after class or after 1 week. Okay. So separate class for doubts. I don't have these type of restrictions. So in class, when you get the doubt, directly can ask. Okay. Fine. Now, features of React. Yes. Now, here we are covering what are the additional features we have in React compared with JavaScript. Yes. What are the additional features we have in this React compared with JavaScript? So that concept we are covering now. Okay, fine. Now come to this React. So first feature, if you observe, okay, so supports data binding concept. Definitely interview an interview, they will ask you this question. What are the features? Okay. So that is basic question, right? And what are the functionalities we can implement with client-side technologies? These are all common questions. Okay. So sorry. So first feature, if you observe here, it supports data binding. Yes. What is data binding? I will show you. So for example, if you take any website, yes, we are creating the variables. Okay, for example, here name is equal to Scott I have given, one variable I have taken. So variables we are displaying on the console or browser, okay, like that. So here I'm taking one text box control, yes, to display this variable value. So first read this variable, okay, by using some script and display on the console text box. So for that we are implementing some logic here. Sorry. So using this logic, we are accessing the variable and displaying on the HTML content. So that is the concept. Okay, fine. Now, in case if the text box value is modified from Scott to Amit or something, then again we need to execute this code to get the modifications, modified values, and display on the control. Like that every time, whenever the variable is modifying, every time we need to access that variable with the help of this code. JavaScript document.get element by ID. So these type of concepts we are using to get one variable and displaying on the HTML control. The problem is here, every time I need to execute this code whenever the variable is modified. That is somewhat problem. So that's why we are using this concept, nothing but, yes, data binding. Okay. Yes. What is this data binding? Nothing is that we can create a link between this variable and control. What are the responsibility of this link? Yes. What are the modifications happening in this variable? Automatically, it shares those modifications to this control. Means you need not run any external program to get the modifications. Like that, you are displaying the table records on the browser. If records are deleted or updated, no need to worry to present those records. Okay, those updated records and deleted records on browser. In backend automatically, okay, we can link with data binding. Then it fetches the data and displays on the browser. That is the concept. Okay. Yes. So how to work with this data binding, I will show you with our classes. First, we are discussing what are the features in this REACTJS compared with JavaScript. Okay. So that concept we are discussing. Next one here supports single page application. Very, very important concept. Heart of this React and Angular also. Okay. So why this technology is popular? Because of these two regions. One is data binding, next one single page application. Around 1 week. minimum we are spending with this concept single page application. So what is that single page application? So what you I will show you. For example, you're developing one website. Yes. Yes. In this website, we have the pages like home, services, about us, like that. These pages we have. So what is this? Yes. Home. And what this services, like that. Many pages we are creating. So about us. Generally, what happens if I send a request to that server? For example, my system through internet connection, I entered this IP address. Then this server is sharing home page. That home page, that program is displaying the hyperlinks to access services as well as about us. If user click on the services, one more request we are sending to the server, that page is loading. And about us, one more request we are sending to the server, so that is loading. Like that every time we are sending a request to the server. So this is time taking process, right? Because if you send request, okay, to the server, not only you, so many users will work with that application at same time. So all users are sending the request. It creates burden on the network traffic. Creates burden on the network traffic. That's why. So here they introduced this routing concept, nothing but single page application concept. So now if you observe this concept here, when we are sending a first request to the server, then this object is loading here. So in this routing object, we are binding all the pages. So all these templates, here we are calling them as components. Again, I will discuss what is component, everything I will explain to you. No worries. Till that time, just consider them as pages. So all these pages with the first request only loading into the browser, home services, about us, like that, any other pages we have. Now, next time, if you click on the services, direct it is loading from here. About us, directly it is loading. Means second time onwards, no need to send the request to the server. Yes. So this concept we are calling as single page application. Single page means what the browser we opened at very beginning. Okay. With home page, same browser we are using to see the services about us. We are not reloading or refreshing the browser. Just the old page content will remove and display the new page content here. That's all. So single browser which we open very beginning, same browser we are using till the end of that application pages. So that concept we are calling a single page application. So with this concept only we'll discuss how to work with the authentication, authorization, role-based routing, like the different types of concepts we have. So all these concepts we'll discuss with this concept. So I told you we are spending around 1 week to 9 days with this concept. Okay, yes. And next one, we have few more features. Okay, but demo classes we're spending around 45 to 50 minutes only. So I discussed these 2 points. So remaining points I will cover in next class. After that, I will start the regular classes. And second point is, so in this batch, first we are covering JavaScript. Okay. After JavaScript, I will start REACTJS. Okay. JavaScript, complete JavaScript, I will discuss. Around it will take 20 to 25 days. Okay. After that, we are starting the REACTJS. Total course duration is 65 to 70 days. Okay. Yes. So in React, we are covering how to work with the class components, functional components, database connectivity. Okay, Redux. Okay, Redux. Next one, state management concept. Okay. And the shopping cart application related some functionalities. Okay. Next one, lifecycle hooks main. Okay. Like that, all the concepts, bootstrap integration, everything we are covering. Got it? Fine. And I also providing the Google Drive access to access the videos, okay, of every class, those recordings along with that. So day nodes, class nodes, and programs. Okay, you can directly access. So this is the pattern. 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. And first week, Saturday, we don't have class. Okay, batch Saturday. From second Saturday onwards, we have classes. Okay, only first week, Saturday, we don't have class. So means 6 days a week. Okay, yes. So I will cover the remaining features in the next class. So before closing this, you have a, you can ask me. No doubts. Sorry, my connection is disconnected. Okay, fine. So if you don't have doubts, then we can continue tomorrow. Okay, I will continue the remaining points. So you can drop now. Okay, thank you.